Welcome back to ESA Explores. I'm your host for today, Laura Zunino. In recent episodes, we've followed ESA's newest astronaut class and taken a closer look at what astronaut reserve training is all about. But today, we're shifting focus to someone who's a little further along in the journey. ESA astronaut Pablo Álvarez from Spain joined the Corps in 2022 and recently completed his basic training. But the training doesn't stop there, so I met up with him at the European Astronaut Center in Cologne, fresh from a stint at NASA in the US, to hear from him what comes next, how the journey continues, what he's learning, and how each step brings him closer to flying a future space mission. Hi Pablo, it's so nice to see you back here at EAC. How are you doing?
Hello, it's very nice to be back here at ESA, Laura. So very happy to record this podcast with you again.
Yeah, because I think it's been about a year, more or less, I think, since we spoke the last time. So a lot has happened in the meantime. How have you been? What have you been up to since then?
So I think last time we recorded something, it was I was midway of my basic training. And since then, I have completed my basic training. And then for the past 6 months, I've been in Houston training at the MBL. So this with the spacesuit. And we have also worked on ISS systems and also on the spacesuit systems.
Wow. So the big sister of our pool, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's much bigger. I think in volume is one of the biggest pools in the world. And over here in Europe, we can fit maybe 2 modules inside. And there in Houston, there's a whole ISS, like a whole replica. And it's very, very impressive.
So the training, this is then the next part of your training. What else have you learned? So what is the other lessons? Have you done the same and just continued the things you learned here in basic training, or were there any new things that you picked up as well?
So basic training was definitely like a very, very good introduction to the world of space. Once you go there to Houston, and everything is more specific to what we are going to be doing in space. So, for example, in terms of the International Space Station training, we have lots of training on different systems, like a thermal system, the life support system, or daily operation, emergencies, like what to do in case of a fire, in case of an ammonia leak, how to save the station, how to save yourself, and all that. So there's a lot of emergency training or malfunction training. Then we also learn how to use the spacesuit, all the malfunctions you can have, all the emergencies, all the different systems. So you really get to know very, very well how the suit works. Yeah. And I have to say that as an engineer, I can say it's a very, very elegant design. Very simple, yet efficient, and I really like it. Yeah. And then the third thing we do is getting to know how to put the suit on a colleague, right. So they can we can act as we call it IV, so intravehicular. Oh yeah. And it's basically the day of the EVA, you help them get into the suit, you do all the checks, you make sure that everything is working properly, and that's quite a responsibility. I think it's even harder than doing an EVA itself. Yeah. Because in a way, the life of your colleague depends on you doing well your job and not messing up with anything. Yeah. The fourth thing is finally getting into the suit, doing all these suit fit checks, the glove checks, and finally getting in the water and learning how to use this amazing machine. Yeah. So how did it feel to put it on for the first time? It's okay. I have mixed feelings because it feels amazing. Yeah. It's, you're really achieving a dream, like being into a spacesuit. I have to say it's not very comfortable. Okay, really? It's very efficient. It's made
looks very bulky and heavy.
Yeah, it's 145 kilograms. Wow. And actually after wearing it for the first time, you have to lay down, and to do that you have to do like 3-4 steps to go to the laying down position. There's 2 people helping you. Yeah. Still, it's so hard to move on it and under Earth gravity. Yes. Because then you go underwater with it, right? Yeah. Then it gets easier, or it gets easier, but you still have you never achieve a perfect neutral buoyancy. You always have effects depending on where the air goes into the suit, or how you move inside. You always get some effects or some righting moments or things you have to fight. It's that's a bit different and harder than in space. It's still great training. Yeah, amazing. And apart from that, any new things that you picked up? Well, life in the States.
Yes.
That's
different than here in Cologne.
It's completely different, right? Like we over there, you have to drive everywhere. Everything is so big, and the distances are just huge.
Yes.
Like Houston is a very, very big city, and well, yes, a different lifestyle, but also work-wise being on the. I think in a way. Most of the relevant things that happen in the astronaut world are discussed there in Houston. So being part of the astronaut office and being there with your NASA counterpart was also a really nice experience.
Yeah, I can imagine. And also, you mentioned the teamwork during the EVA sessions already. You also went with your other ESA colleagues there. So how did the teamwork continue over there?
It's been also very, very good. We did this training all together. Still, well, Rose had to stay here. She's now doing it, and it was Rafael, Sophie, Marco, myself doing it. And it was amazing to learn from them all, especially in at the MBL, where you really have to take care of your body, like if you were in space and they make it clear that in training in space the only help you've got, well, apart from of course ground, but they have limited visibility or capacity of action, but it's your body, right? The best help you've got over there. So as soon as you run into a problem, as soon as you see your body struggling with something, you need to either ask for help, offer help, and there's no shame in that, right? Like it's you are at a really extreme environment that is unforgiving, and you need to get the best out of it. So.
Yeah, and so I guess it helped to have already trained with people you know, and then because you did the training together in the NBF, so in the smaller pool at EAC already, right?
Yeah. So we are already quite familiar with each other, and it really helps. I mean, when you know the other person and you know their strengths, and you know how they are and how they face the different problems. It's much easier to work with them.
But you trained with NASA astronauts as well?
We train with them in some of the lessons, but not at the MBL. So because we were doing what we call the qualification for EVA, and all the NASA astronauts had already completed it, including the last class. So what we had was always astronaut acting as a mentor.
Right.
So our main mentor over there for EVA training was Luca Parmitano. So we are very lucky of having him, and he's done 6 spacewalks, and
very experienced.
He's super experienced, and he's got loads of good advice. But whenever he couldn't attend because he had other things to do, other training, other part of his job, then or duties, then there were other astronauts from the NASA office that also attended and gave us also the same level of advice and support.
Yeah. And would you say there's something that you learned here in the basic training that really helped you over there in the training in Houston now?
Well, definitely everything. Everything, the level of all the theoretical lessons we have here, plus also the operational ones, is just very, very, very good. And American astronauts, they don't have the luxury that we had of already going in our first run with some experience that we get here in Europe. And we are definitely a step ahead in our first training because we already know how to use the tools. We have already felt how it's different the suit we have here, but it's equally uncomfortable.
Yes,
And you're already familiar with the procedures and some of the techniques that you have to use. And we are only expanding on that knowledge that we created during basic training. So it's definitely super nice to have that opportunity.
Yeah, I can imagine. And coming back to your favorite parts of the training, because I remember also from last time that we spoke, you already said that MBF training, so the pool training was of course great. So it is still, as from what I understood.
It is definitely the best part, and it's also the hardest part. So it's a challenge. It's physically very, very demanding. So we usually spend in the pool around 6 hours, and every motion, every movement you do, it's hard. Like, manipulating anything with these gloves. So these gloves are pressurized, so they're very hard to move, and they have 7 layers of different materials that are designed to protecting you in space. So
Yes.
like the external layer is to protect you against micrometeorites. So you can imagine it's thick, it's hard, and it's at the very end you're really, really exhausted.
And also, I was wondering, they adjust the suits to every astronaut, of course. So you get your own suit customized, or are there like different parts that they then adapt to different astronauts and are reusable from astronaut to astronaut?
Yeah, both things are true. So that's an interesting question. At the moment, there are only 11 flight suits still existing. So they originally manufactured 18, and now there are 11 left. And then there are the ones that we use in the pool, which are a bit different, and they're made of the same parts.
And those are not the ones that go to space?
No, they're not the same. And some of the systems are different, but, well, they're super, super similar at the end. And, there are what we call the torso. And that's like let's say the main part, because it's also where you have the life support system behind. The torso, we only have 3 sizes for that. It's M, L, and XL.
So you have to fit in one of these 3.
Yeah, and I'm an L. I'm quite big. I'm 187. So, and then the other colleagues are M. But especially for smaller crew members. It's very hard. There should be a smaller size, but there's not. So because it was manufactured in the 80s when most of the crew office in NASA were male and quite big. So it's much hard. It's training that it's much harder for smaller crew members, and it's different. Other than that, all the rest, the gloves, they try to find the ones that are closer to your feet. And right now they have like 80 different gloves. And you try them. They measure your hand, and then you try the ones that are closer. So you get a very good fit. So it's almost like custom made. All the rest are the same parts, but they're adjustable. So you can get like longer legs or longer arms, or shorter waist, depending on your body configuration. And this is very, very important to get a good fit, because the suit is one piece, and it's something you're not used to think about. And when you are on Earth, we're used to having a t-shirt and some pants, and if your whole body is into one piece, or if you shorten your legs, then you are going up, and then you will have problems in your shoulders.
True, yes.
Or if your arms are very long, then you'll never fit your fingers into the gloves.
Yes.
So then you couldn't be able to work. And if they are too short, then your nails are going to fall after 6 hours underwater trying to work with it because of the pressure. So it's very important and very critical to find a very, very good fit.
And then once someone goes to space and has a spacewalk schedule, they get their suit then up to space, right? The ones
and even you have to change it, because as you know, in space, in microgravity, we grow.
Right.
So on average, every astronaut grows between 6-7 centimeters, and some of them even more. So you have to do another suit fit check up there and make sure that you actually fit. So
Oh, wow. So after this, I imagine you would really like to see it then, or use it then once in space.
Yeah. I think I always say that doing an EVA, it's for an astronaut like playing it at the NBA, right? It's our dream. It's really what super respected in the astronaut community, right? When you do an EVA, that's top of the top. You need to be prepared physically, mentally. You have had hundreds of hours of training and preparation, and it's really a dream.
Did you have a moment, sometimes people when they come here and they're super excited, and when they see all these space modules, the few ones that we have here, and when you go over there in Houston, do you have a fan moment like this as well, where you saw something where you were like, oh wow, I'm finally here and I'm seeing this or meeting this person?
Well, you have loads of those in there, right? So the first moment you go there and you're in a meeting with all the astronauts, the ones that are assigned to Artemis, with many of them that you know from the shuttle times, or to going into the museum and seeing they have a real Saturn V that was supposed to fly, but then it never did when they canceled Apollo, and then they just built a building around it, and now you can visit it.
Yes.
It's impressive to see. The first time you get into the MBL and you see that replica of the ISS down there, or the building where they have the ISS simulator, like a mock-up, where we can actually train all these emergencies or daily ops or maintenance or
Did you
whatever.
have that's maybe an interesting question. Do you have a favorite emergency situation that you trained?
Favorite emergency situation?
Or that was particularly interesting, or where you thought, oh, this is really different than on Earth, because you mentioned like fires and
fire is
for example,
quite different because first of all, there's something tricky about the space. There's no air convection, right? So you need to force the air to move, because it doesn't matter if it's hot or warm, the density does not change. And then one of the first things that you do when there's the fire, you have to turn off the ventilation so it doesn't spread anywhere else. But at the same time, if you turn off the ventilation then you cannot detect the fire, because there will not be any air going through the smoke detectors. And it's and there's something about the oxygen generating the fire that it's the same stuff that we need to survive, and you're in space that I don't know, it's I think it's super tricky, and it has already happened in the past that there was a fire in the Mir, and so it's
important that you train for this scenario.
But all the three emergencies that we train on, it's I hope I never see one of those. Of ammonia, it's the most dangerous one. Because it, even a little bit of ammonia. So for those who doesn't know, there's ammonia in some of the cooling system, in the external ones, and they are very scared that at some point this ammonia can find its way into the station, and it's super toxic for humans. So that would be also very very bad day. And the procedure there is to just go to to your vehicle and take off any contaminated clothes and assess and run. And depressurization, you can imagine like also how nasty it is. It has happened in the past, not a very rapid one, but some leaks it's
Okay, talking about something more pleasant.
Thank you.
Food. I saw that you got to try space food.
Yeah.
How was it?
So we actually learned how to cook in space, which is it's not too hard, to be honest, because most of the food is dehydrated, and you have the instructions there. You need to select the quantity of water that you need to put there and the temperature. And then how long you have to wait until the food is mixed with the water so you can eat it. It was actually surprisingly good.
Good?
Yeah. People think that it's bad that you eat food that comes in this like toothpaste
all mushed together
no, it's actually very very good. I like it.
I also read somewhere that tortillas is apparently quite famous, or people like it a lot because it doesn't have crumbs.
Although I have to say that tortilla in Spanish from Spain is something completely different.
Which is my next question, because is it what you expected as as someone from Spain? So.
It's fine, right? It's the Mexican ones, and many people are familiar with those. It's like corn base, and it's very good for space because it doesn't create crumbs, and you can use that in some sort of taco base, or you can use it as a pizza base, or you can use it in several other ways. I hope I managed to get some Spanish tortilla up there. Just onion, egg, and potato, basically.
And so what's the next training phase for you then? What's coming up?
So now I'm back in Europe. For next year, I'm going to do Eurocom training. So I'm going to get familiar with all these procedures to work in mission control. And
Can you remind us what those guys are doing?
So, basically, they are the people who are in contact with the astronauts and mission control. They are the ones in charge of talking to them.
Nice.
And addressing any message that the other members working in the mission control may have to them, or assess any problems they may have, or they are our representatives on Earth, and we appreciate them a lot.
I can imagine also that it's super interesting for you then to be hopefully on both sides at some point, so to see this and
Yeah, and it's very important that we do that, because then you notice how everything you say when you are on board, you know the impact it has on Earth, and how many people is involved in any decision, and how things work, right? Because if you are not aware of that, you're certainly going to commit many mistakes when you're up there. Really looking forward to have that.
And any also new skills that you are going to learn and looking forward to? Any complete new training sessions coming up?
I'm going to learn how to fly, so I'm getting my PPL license next year.
Nice.
That's also super exciting.
Wow, yeah.
During basic training, we already do like an introduction to the Canadarm, to the robotic arm, but next year I'm going to do the full training cycle over there in Canada.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's also very, very nice. And I am now supporting also the development of Gateway.
Right. Wow. Cool. Yeah.
And, I used to work before as an engineer. I worked on several spacecrafts or a rover like Rosalind Franklin. And now it's a completely new perspective. Like,
wow.
Designing a vehicle that, you may use one day. It's it's a different pitch.
You have your hands everywhere, so you'll be involved in all the programs. That's super cool. It sounds really amazing. So, thank you so much for coming today and sharing all your experiences with us. And all the best for the next steps. And I'm looking forward to talk to you again. I hope we can do some more updates.
Thank you, Laura. I hope that too.
Thanks for tuning into ESA Explores. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with anyone curious about space. You can follow Pablo's journey on social media, where you can find him at astro_Pablo_Isa on X and astro.pablo.isa on Instagram. And of course, follow us on X at ESA Spaceflight. Use the hashtag ESA Explores and visit esa.int for the latest updates on missions, training, and life behind the scenes at ESA. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring with ESA Explores.